Last time I checked, that game started at 7:25. That makes it a primetime football game. Your quarterback went 30 of 37 for 299.
Kevin O'Connell, a little praise for Kirk Cousins, and a reminder to everyone that it was a primetime game, and Kirk Cousins did step up with a big performance on Thanksgiving night. This is where we honor the best performances, the biggest statements made from the week that was. It can be Thursday, it can be Sunday, it can be Monday. Chris, you are up with the first pick in the Week 12 statement draft.
But I just going to comment off that. That to me is a nice little inside look of why the Vikings are different. And there's positive vibes, and that's what a good coach does. You know, he's aware of the conversation outside the building and some of the BS that's out there. And, hey, real or not, whatever, but it's a thing, and he's going to support his guys, and he knows guys in the locker room hear this stuff, and that's what gets a team to rally around each other. So I really love that he did that. I really did. And, you know, it did it just with the right touch there. So that was awesome. All right, my first pick, I'm going to Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence made a statement to me last weekend. Beating the Baltimore Ravens the way he did, being down like that in the fourth quarter. And, again, it wasn't like, miracle plays or, we got lucky with this or that. It was just one pretty unbelievable jaw-dropping throw after another. It's the only thing I think we hadn't seen from Trevor Lawrence, in my opinion, in his career. We've seen good games, and, oh, wow, it's all going in the right direction, and we've seen moments. The only thing I've been saying is we haven't seen that, wow, hey, get on my shoulders, guys. I'm the number one pick. I'm going to get it done and make a number of big-time throws and big moments and help us win the game. He did that. He delivered big time. I was in amazement watching the game back yesterday, Mike. He was absolutely awesome and threw the ball with as much aggression and just authority and knowing where he wanted to go with the ball into tight windows. It was as good as I've ever seen him play that way. It was good for Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars.
I compared him yesterday to the kid that brings home straight A's on the report card, and the parents say, why is it C's every other time? We want A's a little more often.
It's a good way to say it.
See what you're capable of.
Right.
We want this not just today. We want it every 9 weeks. I'm going to go Jalen Hurts, fourth player in league history to have 150-plus rushing yards and 150-plus passing yards in the same game. And, Chris, I said this yesterday. We marvel at Patrick Mahomes and how he understands where his body is in relation to the guys trying to tackle him. Jalen Hurts is the same way, but more athletic, more agile, faster. So he's closer to Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson.
Right.
From the standpoint of raw ability.
Yeah.
But he's got that Patrick Mahomes. I know how to weave my way in and out of traffic. I know when to step out of bounds. I know how to avoid a big hit. I know when to sit my ass down and stay in bounds and not take a big hit. It's amazing to see what he does with the ball. And it's almost like when he gets it in his hands in shotgun and he starts to, like, everybody knows he's going to run and they can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Like for some quarterbacks, it surprises you. With Hurts, it's like, hey, it looks like he's going to run it here, and there he goes, and they can't get him, and he gains 15 yards. It really is amazing. He's developed into a great dual threat, but the running threat is as impressive as anyone right now in the NFL.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's got a great feel. I mean, let alone we talk about all the intangibles that are very tangible with this guy. And, yes, but it is. It's a great feel. It's a toughness. You said it. You're right. He's like slippery in the pocket and getting out and doing that, and became a good enough thrower to where, to your point, to where you sit there and go, well, I think he's going to run, but we can't just totally disregard the pass. We got problems there, So it's hard to be right against Philadelphia with the way he's playing and how talented they are. He is awesome right now, and of course the Eagles are awesome as well. All right, next one I'm going to go with here. I'm going to go with Josh Jacobs. That was a big statement. What he did, that was impressive. He's really putting together some awesome football games here as of late. You're seeing Josh Jacobs, how talented of a runner he is in between the tackles, and, of course, has the home run hitting speed on the outside, too. That Raiders offense started to become dangerous, and Jacobs being in a contract year, he's and they didn't extend or give him the fifth-year option. It's going to be interesting to see kind of how the Raiders play this whole situation out with Josh Jacobs in the offseason.
It's Doug Martin all over again. The Bucs did the same thing. They didn't pick up his fifth-year option. The muscle hamster, he had a great contract year. They signed him. And, the problem is you're never as great as you are during that contract year, especially at the running back position. But he was incredible. 303 yards from scrimmage, the most ever for any Raider in franchise history. Justin Jefferson for me. I got to do it. 9 catches, 139 yards. Passed Randy Moss along the way for the most receiving yards by anyone in the first 3 years of his career. And the thing about Jefferson, forget about getting open. Forget about getting your hands on the ball. To me, his most impressive skill is no matter how hard his body slams against the ground, no matter how hard somebody else slams their body into him, once he's got the ball, Chris, it's in a vice. It's in a steel trap. That ball is going nowhere. That's an amazing skill because you're talking about basic physics. Your body slams against turf. The ball pops out 99 out of 100 times. All right, there's the draft so far. Week 12 statement, 2022 regular season. Chris, you're up with round number 3.
I'm a little torn here as far as where I want to go. But I think that the team I'm going to put up here in this conversation is the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, and Joe Burrow and the Bengals, however you want to frame it. But the fact that they went into Tennessee, you knew was going to be highly motivated after losing the game in the divisional playoff game. There's no Joe Mixon. There's no Jamar Chase. And they still win the football game. I think that's got to be a statement to everybody in the AFC to kind of watch out for the Bengals. The defense is legit. We know that. Burrow, has really figured out how to play with this offensive line and make it work for their team for this year. The O-line is getting better. They're not great, but they can protect them long enough. Bengals statement, Burrow statement for sure.
And they did it without Joe Mixon and Jamar Chase, and both will likely be back sooner than later. I'm going to give a little love to Brian Robinson, rookie of the Washington Commanders, who was shot 3 months ago, came back, keeps getting better and better, was great against the Falcons, and the icing on the cake was the hat on his head, the big hat. Did you see the big hat?
Yeah, I did.
I'm sure we have it somewhere. If I talk about it long enough, it'll pop up. The big hat makes the statement beyond the gridiron.
It's horrible. The big hat's horrible. I don't know anything what to say. I don't mean to be mean, and I think his friend has invented this whole thing, but, man, it's a bad look.
Here's the thing, Chris. The big hat for you would just be a hat.
My head ain't that big. That's like a hat for a human bobblehead.
That would be snug on your head. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.